had to happen. The day after I publish a highly controversial video asking if you should keep your Model 3 reservation or look elsewhere in the light of longer than expected Model 3 delays, Tesla opened up its Model 3 configuration portal for the first wave of non-Tesla employees. And boy, didn't you guys love telling me about it. And because I don't mind being proven wrong, I think it's about time to find out just how much that Model 3 will cost. Don't you? Bad timing aside from yours truly, Tesla finally opened up the Model 3 configuration process to non-Tesla employees last week, and that means we're finally finding out a little more about Model 3 options and production dates, and that's great news for both Tesla and Tesla reservation holders alike. First up though, I feel I should remind you all that this is just the start of Tesla's public reservation holder fulfillment process. Those who've been invited to configure their Model 3 cars are early reservation holders who live reasonably close to Tesla's Fremont factory. Those who live further away or who live outside of the US are still very much in the waiting queue. According to those who've been able to progress to the next phase of the Tesla Model 3 ordering process, they can get their Model 3 car in as little as a month's time, provided they're okay paying $48,000 for their Model 3. That's because right now, Tesla is prioritizing production of the longer-range Model 3, which offers 310 miles per charge at a premium of $9,000 over the entry-level $35,000 Model 3. In addition to the larger capacity battery pack, you'll also have to get the premium package for your Model 3 if you want to get yours sooner rather than later, a package which adds another $5,000 to the purchase price. Take off the $1,000 deposit and you're left with $48,000 before incentives. At this point, it's well worth noting, though, that given Tesla is soon going to have sold its 200,000th electric car in the US, the point at which each manufacturer's individual pool of federal tax incentives for customers start to roll back, you may want to get a fully loaded Model 3 and then start claiming the $7,500 federal tax incentives if you can afford the bump in sticker price. That's about $5,500 that results. But if you want to get your Model 3 with that entry-level price point of $35,000, and I know plenty of people who really can't afford to go any higher in price, you're going to have to wait a little longer. How much longer? Well, that depends on the market you're in, but Tesla says it will begin producing entry-level Model 3s, complete with 220-mile battery pack, at the start of next year. Best case scenario? Another few months, if you're in one of those markets where Tesla is already rolling out Model 3s. Still, that's better than some, including me, had originally thought. And if you want an all-wheel drive Model 3, well, the wait's a little longer, with Model 3 all-wheel drive due to start production in spring next year. Again, it's not a huge wait, but unless you're in that early batch, you'll likely have to wait a little longer than those dates to get yours. Production date's no longer a mystery, at least for US customers. It's worth looking at the options list now. Safety features like auto braking and cross-traffic alert come as standard on every Model 3, but if you want enhanced autopilot, as it stands today, you'll need to add $5,000 onto your purchase price or pay $6,000 if you decide to upgrade after the point of manufacturer. And if you want full autonomous driving, as Tesla has promised us in the near future, you'll need to add another $3,000 onto the sticker price or pay $4,000 if you activate after purchase. Paint options can add another $1,000 to the price, and if you want anything other than standard aero wheels, you'll be adding another $1,500. By my calculations, this will place the highest price Model 3, at least for the moment until all-wheel drive comes out, at $58,500 after your $1,000 deposit has been taken into consideration, but before any incentives. For that, you'll get a fully loaded Model 3 with premium package, nice wheels, enhanced autopilot, 310-mile range, and fully autonomous capabilities as and when Tesla launches it. That's quite the vehicle, but I should also note that you can pick up probably a used Model S for a similar price with dual motor capabilities and, if you're lucky, supercharger access bundled in. Of course, which you choose does kind of depend on how you view Model 3. Personally, as I think many of you know, Model 3 doesn't fit my lifestyle, but a used Model S would, if I could afford to spend nearly $60,000 on a car. Believe me, I've been keeping my eyes open for one I can afford. But as I said in last week's highly controversial video, the decision to keep your Model 3 reservation and get one, and indeed which options to go for, really does depend on your own personal circumstances and how you view the electric car market today. If only a Tesla will do, consider getting those extra options to get your Model 3 sooner rather than later. But if you're happy to wait, however, I think you'll be rewarded with far more information about Model 3 from existing owners than we currently have, and that will only inform your purchase decision more. And if you're outside of the US, well, I'm going to stick to my guns and recommend that you get another EV on a short-term lease until your Model 3 is ready. At least if you're not already driving an electric car, that is. That's it. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.